Okay, guys. Back again. And the next character I want to talk about is from one of my favorite cartoons from the 90s. And as you can see, that lovely lady right there. Well, yeah, that's the lovely lady that voiced the character. That's Sally Richardson Whitfield. Beautiful, isn't she? Uh, but no, I'm not talking about her. Even though I want to, but I'm not. um, I'm talking about the character she voiced, and as you can see right there, yes, Elisa Maza. Elisa Maza from the Gargoyles cartoon. What a character! What a vivid character that really, really shined on that show. The truly over overwhelming popularity the character got, because first of all, she was pretty much the one true loyal human ally to the Gargoyles before they started to get more human friends. When Goliath and the clan first arrived in the 20th century, Elisa very much, very much was a character I as soon as she came on the scene, it was like, oh, okay, this is cool. This girl, she came off really cool. She had like this really like sultry voice, and once again, thanks to Miss Sally Richardson, she really played it off very well. Um, Elisa definitely had a great relationship with the Gargoyles. Now, the one thing that I've always loved about Elisa was the fact that she was this tough as nails cop, second detective. She was second class detective for the 23rd precinct of Manhattan and NYPD, and she pretty much came off like witty and strong. She when she would go after you, if she was investigating a murder or so, she's coming after you. She's truly coming at you. She's not holding back. She's truly coming after you. She was so good, so great, and she never really exploited the Gargoyles. You know what I'm saying? Like, she really served as guidance for the clan. You know what I'm saying? She really served as guidance for the Goliath and Lexington and Hudson and Brooklyn and and Broadway and all of them, as for for the modern world. She was also their voice of reason. There were times where excuse me, Goliath would want to kill some of the people. I remember there was a time where Elisa was undercover, and Goliath in Brooklyn didn't know what that meant really. Except for Brooklyn, he knew because he watched a lot of old cop dramas, and Goliath just thought she was under some kind of magic spell, but they were after Tony Dracon, and the episode was mainly about shakedown, criminal shakedown, the old protection racket. And Goliath he took the main bad guy in that show, Tony Dracon, and he was gonna kill him, or I'll give you even more easier. He was gonna kill Xanatos. After the fifth episode of the pilot, he was gonna drop. He was like, you know what? I'm gonna drop you. He's like, Demona was trying to sway, Goliath into joining, you know, hating the humans and things like that. Goliath, after there was the scene where Demona and Elisa are falling, he grabs Elisa, and you see Demona fall. Looks like she falls to her death. Um, and the traditional roar of anger we see from Goliath. He grabs Xanatos, is like, she wanted me to destroy humans. I think I'll start with you. And he was pretty much gonna drop him, but it's Elisa who comes to him and says, don't do it, because if you drop him, you're just like he is. And over time, the relationship between Goliath and Elisa really got stronger, like to the point where they actually almost loved each other, like really loved. I mean, I'm never gonna forget when she kissed Goliath, and Goliath, when he turned to stone, he was smiling. You know, um, Elisa always was there for the clan. That is one thing I loved, her loyalty. No matter what, she was always there for the clan. Even if they had a dispute with each other, she was always there. Now, in the beginning, her character, she was going to be called Chavez, which Chavez is her captain. And basically they were going to have her be of Latino descent, but Elisa is of African American and Native American descent. So that's another thing that draws me to her, because she's pretty much like me. Her Native American tribe, if I'm not mistaken, is Sioux. She's of Sioux. And we get to see her family. Her family is full of cops. Her father was a cop. Her brother was a cop before he was turned into a mutate. Her sister went to college out in Arizona. Her mother, once again, is of African American descent. More her origin is from Nigeria. And we saw that with Elisa a lot. We saw her kind of trying to find time with her family, try to keep the gargoyles safe from humans that would want to like get rich off of them. Like, she really kept their secret alive, like, for a long time, even before finally her partner Matt Bluestone started to question and figure it out. And then she really kept it a secret. Now, in terms of her relationship with Demona hated Elisa. I think my conclusion, my diagnostic of why Demona hated Elisa so much is because of how Demona always classified that the humans were weak. They betrayed us one time, they'll betray us again. Elisa was that one piece of element that broke it, basically. Like, she was for the gargoyles. I mean, there was a time where Demona and Macbeth kidnapped Goliath and them, along with Coldstone, who was not himself. He had the personality of one of the gargoyles that don't like Goliath. And Elisa was up all night trying to find them. Like, she could have died from sleep deprivation, but she fought and preserved to protect Goliath and them. It just truly showing how much she cares about them. She kind of considered them family. She was an honorary member of the clan. There was even an episode of when Goliath and her were married. Titania had turned Goliath into a human, and Goliath was married to Elisa, and they had 2 kids. It was weird, but it was okay. That was during the Goliath Chronicles. But Elisa really, really, really just shined as a character. A character that is not really... She jumped into this world of supernatural and myth. out of accident, really. But then she became so much a part of it. You know what I'm saying? And that was something I loved about Elisa. And that's why I can watch Gargoyles all day if I wanted to. I love the episodes. I love her. I just always loved the character. Do I wish that they had more human allies like Elisa around in more cartoons or comics like that involve more like non-human characters? Yes, I do. Elisa is pretty much up there with characters like April O'Neil, uh, but a little bit more witty and more stronger than April in a way. But she's just a all around great character altogether. And I know I rambled on a lot about her, guys, and I apologize, but when you get a character like this, it's gravy. It's all good. But other than that, guys, thanks for listening. As always, this is Mount Vernon Kid. Tell me what you think about Elisa Maza. And once again, thank you for listening and tuning in to Characters, Why I Liked Them. As always, I'll see you next week.